Hello and welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to take a look at the new Urban Warfare expansion for Battletech on the HBS game. So firstly, we're going to start off by going through the trailer, then we'll go over what list of features it has to offer and how it sort of compares to Flashpoint, the other one that had come out earlier. As well as we'll be talking about the new upcoming DLC, Heavy Metal. That'll be coming in after this, I think, winter of this year. So they did give a little bit more information to that one as well. So this is some in-game, cutscenes using in-engine footage, obviously. And just going to run through this real quick, see if we can discern any new gameplay things. There's a couple new cinematics. I kind of dig that. And we got the Raven, which definitely means ECM warfare is going to be a thing. Oh, isn't that cute? And look, it can walk now. Whatever. A decent trailer. Nothing too spectacular. Pretty standard. Alright, so let us go over what it has, right? Alright, so let's see here. Okay. Yes, and the Heavy Metal DLC. So only 3 DLCs in this year. Now, I want to talk about the price point on these, and we'll talk about that at the end here. But first things first, Urban Warfare. Street Brawls introduce new tactical gameplay challenges such as mech combat, moves from a wide open natural landscapes to vast urban sprawls. Every building in the new urban biome is fully destructible, so you're never more than a few salvos from a new line of sight or the defensive cover of a high-rise rubble. So that's interesting. Rubble will offer some cover advantages. Interesting. Abandoned explosive fuel trucks, conveniently placed, I'm sure. Destroyed coolant exchanger buildings. Wait, what? Destroyed coolant exchanger buildings and broken electrical transformers to disrupt, and targeting will drastically change the battle as you go. This is very interesting because this adds a lot more game mechanics overall to the environments and the biomes. And I think that is kind of a missed opportunity in some of the other biomes, is there's not a lot of mechanics besides, say, forests and some rocks and stuff. This means we can go with a lot more drastic things. I'm hoping that we'll see some more biomes in the regard of militaristic, maybe like an army base or something that it has, more explosives or volatility or weapons and stuff like that. Electronic warfare. Now this is gonna be probably the thing that piques most players' interest in this expansion. The return of these lost technologies will forever change the 31st century battlefield. Mechs equipped with electronic countermeasures, also known as ECM, and nearby friendly units are obscured from enemy targeting systems, and immune to indirect fire. Meanwhile, mechs equipped with active probe can reveal and locate and target enemy units that would otherwise be hidden. So, the idea behind the ECM mechanic is great that it's actually introduced into the official game. I hate to break it to you, HBS, but the modder boys at RogueTech have already accomplished this. This is a little unfortunate, being a little bit behind there, and the RogueTech mod is free and adds a robust slew of mechanics. So it's good to see the base mechanic like it's introduced here. Hopefully the RogueTech team will be able to implement that there as well, and so it'll not conflict too much there. 2 new battle mechs. The experimental Raven 1X, which in this period of time, it's when it's invented, it's first introduced. This is where we see the reintroduction of ECM technology back into the Battletech universe, as it had become Lost Tech in the previous Succession Wars, which had drained them of all their technology. Sports an advanced electronic warfare package. I mean, if I remember right, the Raven is built around this ECM package, so to speak, that combines ECM and active probe systems into a lightweight component. The Javelin, which is the other mech we'll be getting, is a compromise between the speed and firepower with close-range knockout power. Now, I'm already a little bit disappointed that we're only getting 2 battle mechs here. I was kind of hoping at barest of minimums, and so this is a disappointment, that we'd get 1 mech in each classification, light, medium, heavy, and assault. At least 1 across the board. Now, there's new flashpoints, so it's good to see that they're not abandoning the flashpoint system, which they just introduced. A wide variety of new branching short stories that link together mercenary missions, cruise conversations, special events, critical choices, and rare bonus rewards. This is great, except I already have another thing I want to make mention of real quick here. The writing in Battletech's HPS is awful. The character designs and the character writing and character development is virtually just boring. It's a bit of a shame, but hopefully, I mean, it was the first tryout, the first game, we can hopefully look past that, and hopefully when Battletech 2 comes out, we'll see a new slew of characters with much more interesting backstories. and just more personality, rather than going for the quote-unquote diversity card and hoping that that sells. Skin color is great and all, but it doesn't quite sell a character. I like to have some personality behind it, like the Islamic lady. What a missed opportunity! Not to rant too much, but she's from the Free Worlds League, and in the Battletech universe, a lot of caliphate worlds where women are suppressed and, abused, and this is a very interesting character, a person who could be like, yeah, no, I escaped a caliphate Islamic world, and I had to overcome these hardships, and instead you don't really get that. You don't get any of those things. Oh, it's such a missed opportunity. She could have been a really powerful and emotional character as well, and she's just kind of like a blank board. Oh, such a missed opportunity. Oh well. 3 new enemy vehicles. Now, this has got me a little excited, the fact that they're actually beginning to mention this. 3 new enemy vehicles. The Gallant Urban Assault Tank provides a variety of weapons to fight at all ranges, speed, and agility. The Pack Rat is a battlefield support vehicle equipped with prototype versions of ECMs. Very interesting to see that actually see its way into the other vehicle types, not just mech-centric, but vehicles as well. And the Rotunda is a reconnaissance vehicle equipped with a prototype version of active probe. Very, very good. I love that, actually. In fact, I think I love this almost as much as I like the biome. The idea of adding in more vehicles and other types of units to sort of contrast the mechs to is a really powerful thing that I think things like MechWarrior Online absolutely fail at. If we can get more of that combined warfare feel, we can make mechs feel like mechs, like they are in the Battletech tabletop game. These kinds of elements are really, really good. I like that. A new encounter, which is, I think, a new mission type is what they mean by that. Attack and Defend is a challenging new mission type where your mercenaries must destroy an enemy's base to stop a steady stream of attackers before they can overcome your forces and knock out your employer's base. So, I'm wondering if attack means we get a bunch of allied units as we attack an enemy base. That could be kind of interesting. Seeing combined arms works with other maybe mercenary lances or perhaps just armored divisions, etc., etc. Could be interesting. One thing I am extremely disappointed already, though, after looking at this, is the lack of infantry being added to the game. I thought that the urban warfare, in my opinion, would have been a perfect opportunity to introduce infantry because they would definitely serve a role in urban environments and combat in Battletech. Bit of a missed opportunity. No helicopters either. Ugh. Shucks. We'll get them next time, hopefully. Maybe with heavy metal. That doesn't make any sense. It should be like assault tanks. So, next up, I want to look at the heavy metal thing, and then we'll talk about the price point a little bit, because I have some slight concerns that I would like to discuss there. So, onto the Season Pass, which is the thing I bought, and technically you'll save money doing the Season Pass if you do want these expansions. Flashpoint is by far the weakest of them all, but you kind of, it's good to get it even if you're not particularly interested, because the Rogue Tech mod integrates aspects of that into it. So, Urban Warfare is what we just went through, heavy metal. This is all we have on this little blurb here. The third Battletech expansion features a host of new battle mechs, including several that have been unseen for decades, and perhaps a surprise or two. I'll leave you to speculate there. But that means the heavy metal pack is going to add more mechs, and it's going to be more mech-centric. That's good. Battletech is about mechs, and one of the mainstays is the mechs. Mechs are kind of like this big thing that it is in the universe. I really hope they push, other things, and I can definitely see that it's mixed. So now back to the price point, right? One thing I want to look at. So I'm kind of curious. Oh yeah, no, this has deteriorated greatly since I last checked at it. It's down to mixed. I'm not surprised. It was kind of disappointing, all things considered. Oh, I thought it would not open that. Oh, well, whatever. So $60 worth of expansions for... And that is true. That's $60. So it's really just $10 off. Now, here's the thing about that $60 worth of expansion thing, right? These expansions offer relatively little. Now, Urban Warfare is a huge step up from Flashpoint. Flashpoint was a very much a letdown in terms of what it had to offer. The biome was not particularly that interesting. The flashpoints were not super captivating, but it was good to see the addition of side quests introduced into Battletech, because besides the main quest, there's not any side optional quests or things like that. And honestly, the flashpoints stand out as being almost better than the actual story, which isn't saying much because the overall story is mundane and linear, which is a shame in the Battletech universe. When you go down the mercenary route, you should have branching paths and interesting dynamic story options that could play a pivotal role in the battles to keep you invested. So, one thing in the trailer that I don't know if you caught, I heard some new voice lines. We can expect new voice lines as well. Maybe a little bit more building mechanics as to how buildings work. That'll be interesting to see how that develops. But overall, like $20, pop. They need more meat to them. Heavy metal looks like that's going to be the strongest one. Just looking at it already. Urban Warfare is a step in the right direction. I will grant them that. And they are a small team, so I can understand that they don't have a lot of money and, they need more money. Yes, we know. But you've got to be able to produce these expansions at a slightly quicker pace. I know, developing these things take time, but we need, if they're going to take longer, that's fine. They should take your time. Take as long as you need. Get them done right, the usual. But we need more substance to the game. The game, Battletech, honestly, I have to credit the Rogue Tech and the outstanding modders who do an outstanding job of extending this game's lifespan. Without them, I feel like this game would not have a good following. And then it's also thanks to the great, fantastic fandom that the Battletech fandom is still kept alive. In fact, Battletech is kept alive by a pretty hardcore and avid fan base, most of whom are really old, and every time I'm reminded by that, I'm just like, God damn, there aren't really many youngins. But, oh, I feel so alone. But besides that, I mean, there's good potential here. And with this new biome, I hope that the urban biome will just really add more depth and strategy to it. Honestly, the urban biome is going to be the biggest selling point for this, I think, for the vast majority of people. And the additional mechanics offered in it, or alluded to, sounds like it's definitely worth grabbing. At the very least, grabbing this expansion the Rogue Tech teams will be able to make even more robust. So, it couldn't hurt. If you're enjoying the game thus far, I'd say recommend it, but we'll have to wait until launch. And, yeah, I guess that's what we're going to have to do. I would kind of hope that they would be a little bit more informative. HBS. They'd keep us in the loop a little bit more than they have. I'm just going to throw this in the background as I rant here. Oh, look at this. We animated that for the Battletech lore video. And by the way, I hope you guys enjoyed that. But I really hope that they just make it a little bit more robust. And not only that, but openly communicate with the fandom a little bit more. Yes, we know you went for your, diversity card. And yeah, you're based in, I think, San Francisco, which is that literally a shithole now? Like, people just crap on the streets, I hear? Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not Battletech related. So, I don't know. This is purely me soapboxing a little bit. That's kind of the point of a YouTube persona, I guess. Is just to get something. Some more substance. Updates or something. I feel like they kind of leave us out of the loop here. And they don't really say all that much. And it seems like quite a few people picked up this game. I know quite a few people who are still interested and on the fence for this game. But things like the Shadowhawk, where it's just a skin, don't waste time promising little things like that. Just focus on making the most robust game humanly possible. Actually, one thing I am curious, because we're just kind of chilling here a little bit, just sort of winding down. What's my motivation for buying this again? Yeah, see, we got a lot of negative. I don't really blame them, considering the last thing, but there seems to be definitely a lot of positivity, though Steam doesn't show us the downvotes. 5 new mechs, 2 expansions is pretty weak. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I have to agree there. So 2 mechs, some vehicles we can never utilize, and an urban map. Oh, HBS. Okay, so there's an easy solution for not being able to utilize the vehicles. And one thing that you could definitely do to improve this criticism is allow us to control more than just 4 mechs. Yes, you said that was a gameplay thing, but a lot of us kind of want to expand the amount of units we can control. Oh, I have a lot more doubts for this expansion, but at the same time, it is a step in the right direction, but not enough. It's not enough. We need it to be more robust. We need more stuff. Quite simply. About the season pass, when it was... actually, no, let's just read through all this, because I'm kind of curious. It was $25. I mean, maybe a lot of the comments will be negative, but definitely can understand where they're coming from. So I'll get 3 expansions for 25, 75 now. Okay, that's different. Well, it's a different economy because Canadian. 2 new mechs, Raven, and what's the other? Have a looky. Okay, he doesn't even know. Whatever. Next DLC will be named Heavy Metal. So says the DLC schedule. Yeah, no Warhammer. Eventually, I'd like to hope. Is that a Raven prototype? Finally. Yeah, no, I do like to have the Ravens introduced. And that's actually one important thing that I forgot to mention, lore-wise, is with the reintroduction of ECM, we're definitely going to be pushing into 3025, you know? We're going to be pushing towards that, the 4th Succession War. When that fucking finally happens, we're going to get a, probably, honestly, this Battletech game, I really don't think should cover that. It should just really go over to, Battletech 2. And be the 4th Succession War, and then when that ends, it should allude to the clan invasion. Take your time with the series. Take your time. Don't rush it. Don't rush out new mechanics if you're not ready. Build it up. Build it robust. We need more mechanics, more freedom, more decision, more sandbox elements to the campaign map, more side quests where we have choices and decisions that can impact the ending of the game, or if not the ending, but at least impact that region of space, that, you know, particular solar system. Take a little bit of creative liberty with this license, because I know a lot of people are super hardcore with the lore, and I do the lore videos too. But when you're coming back into it, like, if we got to have some creative freedom here, because this franchise has been, for the most part, kind of stagnant and quote unquote dead. It's okay to take some creative liberties to breathe life back into it, but things like the Astrian Reach, if you want to make that a faction, make it interesting. It's so cardboardy. It has no anything to it. It's just empty. And the storyline for the game was just a letdown all around. I really want to believe in these guys, HBS, and I hope that they can sort of keep working their way there, but we're going to have to wait and see. And when it comes out, we'll cover it on the channel, and we'll go through it and see what it has to offer. I'm hoping it'll be pretty good, but I mean, I've already read through the content listing, and I'm a little disappointed. $20 for a $40 game to have, you know, 3 DLCs, which is over. Yeah, no, it's an additional $20 over the base game at the end of the day. And Flashpoint was really underwhelming. And so you already kind of have a little bit of doubts coming from me, and I know quite a few other people. So I hope this is good, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you have yourself a fantastic day, and we'll catch you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.